Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, the life is getting easier because so many of the gadgets have been developed. So there is lesser and lesser physical work, and apparently there is more and more facilities available. But dear friends and fellows, there are certain problems which are either new or which has been exacerbated. Mental stress has become very common. It was not that common earlier, but it has become a very common trouble, disturbing the life of so many of the people. So mental stress, sometimes it does, it does create lot of other problems as well. So for that reason, it is really important to be able to understand and to be able to manage this stress level. Dear friends and fellows, today we have made it a topic of our discussion about to how to manage the mental stress as it is increasing with the passage of time. More and more number of people are suffering from it. More and more number of people, their mental stress is being exacerbated. Now let's look upon certain tips which will be of great help indeed. So first of all, it is identify your stressors. What are the stressors which are causing trouble in my life? What are my stressors? What are the stressors in my life? Understand what causes stress in your life and try to avoid or minimize these triggers. So once we have identified it, and then what is needed is that we need to either avoid it, but if at all it is unavoidable, what we can do here is that we can reduce it as much as we can. So that is the number one thing. Identify your stressors, then try to either avoid it or at least try to minimize it. Now the second tip is exercise regularly. Physical activity reduces stress and anxiety by releasing endorphins in the mind, in the brain. So, physical activity of any type, walking, jogging, running, yoga, aerobics, weightlifting, gym, athletics, do whatever suits you, whatever is easier for you. The walk is very common, and it does suit most of the people. I do the walk as well. So, it is, if you can't do any other thing, go for the walking. So, but whatever you can do, keep doing it. Give it a lot of importance because it minimizes our stress level by releasing the endorphins chemical into our brain. So that is the second tip. The third is meditate and practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, yoga, or meditation help calm your mind and body. Indeed, it is the mindful techniques, deep breathing, meditation, yoga, or even not to live in the past at all. Everybody have a past. There were many of the wrong things in the past. What we can do is we need to learn from our past. Then let it go. Learning from the past on the one hand, then let it go. That was a learning opportunity. So now some of the people keep thinking about their future. Think about their future. Plan it. Prepare it up to an extent. But do not live in the future either. Live in the present. Live in today. Live in your present moment. That is very important because it is not more important what kind of situation we are having. But as far the overthinking is concerned, keep thinking. It does not only create the stress, it does rather maximize it. It exacerbates it. So we need to focus on the present. So that will reduce more than 50% or maybe more than 70% of the stress. So that is meditate and practice mindfulness. Now the fourth is Get enough sleep. If aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night to keep your mind and body recharged. So just to help your mind and body recharge. Recharge is needed. Our body need to be recharged. Our mind need to be recharged. As for the body recharge is concerned, we need to do certain other things like the nutritious food, but at the same time, our body too does need 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and then our mind, it has a lot to do with our sleep. Our mind cannot be refreshed at all, no matter what we are doing, unless and until we give it a sleep of 7 to 8 hours every night per night. So that is get enough sleep. Now the fifth is connect with others. Build a support network of friends, family, or a therapist to talk through your feeling. Yes, build a network of family, friends, and even stay connected with the therapist, because we can talk through our feeling. We can talk through our feeling. Otherwise, it will not be possible. So, my dear friends and fellows, I think that we need to. I think that we need to. We need to do this. Stay connected. Meet as many people as possible. The more number of people you are interacting with, the better it would be. It has a lot to do. On the one hand, we can get the ideas from those people. On the other hand, it is a very good distraction. And I think some of those people, if at all we are interacting with a maximum number of people, we can choose certain very good listeners, very good friends as well. So that is stay connected, connect with others. Now, the sixth is take breaks and prioritize self care. Taking breaks and prioritizing self care. Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you relax, such as reading, such as taking a relaxing bath, music, or even it is more important for the spirituality to do the salah, to somehow to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is take breaks and prioritize self-care. Taking breaks is very important. There's a very good technique, a Pomodoro technique, that says, every 20 minutes of work should be followed by 5 minutes of break. And once we have done it for 3 or 4 times, then every 20 minutes of focused work should be followed by 15 minutes of the break. So that is, take breaks and practice self care. Now, the seventh is practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. Reflect on the positive aspects of your life and express gratitude for what you have. Many of the people say and think that what to be grateful for. I have nothing good in my life. I think they people are wrong, because they people, every such individual is taking for granted so many of the things. I think we want the bigger and even the more bigger thing. That is a wrong approach. Those people who think like this one, that why am I unable to get whatever I want, so I don't need to be grateful. I think there are a lot of tiny, minor things which are very good in my life and your life. So simply we are taking all that for granted. It should not be taken for granted. We need to become grateful for all that, no matter how small it is. Once we are taking the good things for granted, so there is a high probability that we will lose them. We will not be able to retain. So it is very important that we should focus on the positive aspects of our life, and we need to become grateful for what we have. Now, the eighth is stay organized and manage your time effectively. Stay organized and manage your time effectively. Prioritize tasks, prioritizing tasks, set a realistic goals. Many of us are targeting for unrealistic goals which are not achievable even in 7 years. We are aiming to achieve it for 1 hour, 1 year. So that is absolutely wrong. What is needed is that we need to prioritize tasks, set realistic goals, and take regular breaks to help you manage stress. Yes, we need to set the realistic goal. We need to set the realistic goal, attainable, achievable, reasonable goals. So that is so much important. Not only this thing, I think that at the same time, we need to break it into sub goal, and then what we need to prioritize them. Prioritizing is very very important. What is the number one priority? What is the second most important priority? What is the third most important priority? What is the fourth most important priority? We need to stay organized and manage your time effectively. Now the ninth is seek professional help. Seeking a professional help. If stress is impacting your daily life, if stress is impacting your daily life, consider seeking help from a mental health professional. I think so, my dear friends and fellows. It is like, it is, some of the people, they think that I'm not going to do that, while it is totally and absolutely wrong. If somebody has fallen ill but they are not going to the doctor, what shall we say in a situation like this one? We will call this man as very foolish man. In the same manner, if the stress is impacting the daily life of somebody, it becomes essential to go to a professional. It is not stigma at all. It is very very important. Mental health is even more important than the physical health, or at least equally important. So why not to go to a therapist if at all it is impacting our daily life? Now the 10th and the last is take care of your physical health. Taking care of your physical health. Eat a balanced diet. Eating a balanced diet. Stay hydrated and avoid substances like alcohol, like drug abuse, even the caffeine, because that exacerbates stress. Take care of your physical health. Again, we need a proper sleeps of 7 to 8 hours. We need to proper provide ourselves. We need to provide ourselves with a nutritious food, what is good for the health, not what is my favorite or whatever I like, not because of the taste, but because of my health. Then we need to do the exercise. Then we all the things which are needed for the good health must be practiced. So, dear friends and fellows, remember, everyone experiences stress differently. Everyone else experiences stress differently. So, it's important to experiment and find what works best for you. So, that is very good tips about the mental health, about the management of mental stress. So important, so important, so important, essential. That's all for today. Thank you very much.